Hey, what's up guys, it's Eclipse Graphics here, coming to you with an interesting video. I'm going to be talking about what happened to Beachhead Studio, and also give you some valid reasons why Clan Wars won't be returning anytime soon. Before I continue talking about anything else, I wanted to mention this first. Another person that helped me collect some of this information was Dane. His Twitter ad will be shown on the screen right now. Without him, I wouldn't be able to construct this video since he was able to provide me some very important information. And now that I've addressed that, I can begin talking about the whole story. So basically, the story started back in Black Ops 3. Me and this other individual in the Treyarch Twitch chat were spamming all sorts of questions about Clan Wars and clans. We were basically rephrasing questions in multiple ways until David Vonderhaars responded to one of the questions. Some questions me and this other guy were spamming in the chat were like, where is Clan Wars? Will Black Ops 3 have any clan features? Will clans return? Stuff like that. And eventually he responded to one of the clan related questions. At this point I was silent and was paying close attention to what he had to say. Unfortunately, this upset me since I didn't get the response I wanted from Vonderhaars, but I appreciated the fact that he actually did say something. Majority of the time, devs stay quiet about most things. This was one step closer to getting to the answer of what happened to Beachhead Studio. Now I'm going to play the twitch.tv live stream clip of him saying this. Pay close attention to what he has to say. Also, the audio is not synced up well to the video at all.
At least I'm still in 9. At least I'm still positive, right? I'm like...
Yeah, look, there's a silver lining to every situation.
I'm playing terrible. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Magic Sisters can this all.
Hardened sentry deployed.
I'm trying.
Leader gone.
Oh, it's up to 100. I forgot. God.
Oh, well, we actually do have to try harder, don't we? Because we're supposed to go
Yeah.
flawless victories. Yeah, new side up in my face about clans and what to do about clans. It's a good question, a valid one. The answer is too complicated to explain. There are features that we talked about on the live stream that we're working towards that I can't get into details on.
Really? Okay.
You know, it's a little bit different than what you. Oh my God, you're so dead. I killed that guy so good.
Oh God, punch him.
So, you know, it's like, it means different things. Clan support means different things to different people. We have a definition of what it means. It may not be your definition, so I don't want to try to say yes, because then if it's not what you're thinking about, then... Come on, I gotta get somebody with this pineapple gun.
Now that you heard what David Vonderhaars had to say, the one thing you should take back from the information he said is, it's too complicated to explain. Now what he was talking about was Call of Duty groups, but it was a feature people didn't care too much for. The only thing it gave you was the ability to have a roster, and the reason why he mentions it's too complicated to explain is for the fact that Beachhead Studio is not around anymore. And Treyarch has gotten a ton of complaints about having no clan features in the game, but they can't do much since it's not their job to make a Call of Duty app out of Clan Wars and Clan Raids in the game, since Beachhead Studio are the people in charge of Clan Wars, Clan Raids, and the Call of Duty app. Another piece of information that was collected was from a Twitter user named Technical. Screenshot being posted right now is a conversation with him and Activision Support. This is another thing confirming Beachhead Studio no longer exists. This Twitter user may have deleted the tweets to avoid getting attention from it. Also, another thing to note, Activision Support rarely confirms these type of things. They usually respond to tweets saying, we have no information about this at this time, something like that. And what Activision Support said they no longer support this content surprised me a little bit. We have two developers that we were able to get responses from. One developer confirming his departure from the studio, and one developer confirming that the studio has closed down. But unfortunately, these names can't be given out. One requested that he doesn't want to be a source or a quote, and the other individual most likely doesn't want to be a quote or a source, so we're going to blur out some text and his image and his name. So the story with the first developer was back in December. It happened right after I took a proper look at the Call of Duty 12 Days of Winter event image. I realized that the skull looked familiar, and then minutes later I realized that the skull that was in the Call of Duty 12 Days of Winter event image was the exact same skull image that was on the Beachhead Studio Twitter. And I started to question if this was an Easter egg saying that clans are returning, and also because the Call of Duty 12 Days of Winter event image looked like a Clan Wars node. I'm going to post an image of how a Clan Wars node looks like, comparing it to the 12 Days of Winter event image. And now that you looked at those two images, I'm now going to post the 12 Days of Winter event image comparing it to the image Beachhead Studio has on Twitter. So that's how the conversation started, questioning him if clans were coming back and were being hinted with the Call of Duty 12 Days of Winter event image, and comparing it to the image Beachhead Studio had on their Twitter. But unfortunately, he said that wasn't the case. He said the studio closed down. We were able to get in contact with another developer, and he said this: "Thanks for the message. I greatly appreciate your commitment and glad to hear that you were such a fan of clans and some of the work we did at Beachhead. I left Activision and don't have any involvement anymore. You should reach out to Infinity Ward or Activision in general and see if you get traction that way. I wish you the best." So you're probably thinking right now, these two classified developers that were reached out to are fake. I can say this right now, this is not fake. I've tried to get in contact with a lot of different people to help back me up on this story, but I have not gotten a response from any of them. I've emailed a ton of different people. The only person that I was able to get in contact with was Arn Call, but he wasn't interested, since he's a drama news channel, but it was worth a shot. Still, I was a bit upset, since he's the only guy that took the time to look at the information. Until someone responds that's pretty well known and is trustworthy, this story won't be very well known. And the main reason is to spread awareness that clan wars, clan raids, or a Call of Duty app will never come anytime soon, as it's been said by the developer that Beachhead Studio closed down. More information backing this up is the Beachhead Studio social media accounts have been all inactive. Pictures being shown right now. Links will be posted down in the description for all information available to be shown, so if you're interested, you can go check it out for yourself. A part 2 may be made for this if more information is found.